Okay, this is lesson 15, puzzle 7. So in here we're going to be looking at a lot of different types of conditionals and loops, and we're going to be piecing them together. So let's take a look at the puzzle and what we need to do. We need to make sure we figure out how to pick the pumpkin, but also collect all the corn along the way. Okay, now before we even look at the code, let's take a look at the main idea behind the puzzle. It looks like the harvester is going to have to move forward, and then eventually she's going to hit the end of the wall. She's going to then want to turn left when she hits the wall, move forward. Again, when she hits the wall, turn left, move forward. When she hits the wall, turn left, move forward until she hits the wall, turn left, hits the wall, turn left until she reaches the pumpkin. So the pumpkin is going to be what tells the harvester to stop moving forward. So we're going to want to use this the while loop, repeat until there are pumpkins. So we're going to repeat some code until we get to the very end of the maze. Now along the way, while she's moving forward, we want to pick the corn or collect the corn if there's any corn. Okay, so what we're going to do is we know we're going to be moving forward. And we're going to be moving forward until we hit the wall. And each time we move forward, what we're going to want to do is we're going to check, and while there is corn, we're going to want to pick the corn also. Where's the pick corn? Pick corn. The reason I'm using while rather than if, I guess we don't even have the choice if there's a corn. Sometimes we're going to have a choice if there's corn. The reason I'm using while specifically is because we can have more than one corn in the patch. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're doing so far. We're going to move forward, and we're going to keep moving forward until we hit the pumpkin. We're going to move forward, and then along the way, if there's corn, we're going to pick the corn. We're going to move forward, pick corn, move forward, pick corn if there's any corn. Now, we notice also is we're going to have to turn left also. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to definitely want to turn left, but when do we want to turn left? We want to turn left when we hit the wall, essentially. The number of times the repeats changes, so we can't just use the repeat a certain number of times. So what I'm going to do is if there's a path ahead, then I move forward and pick the corn. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving forward, picking the corn, move forward, picking the corn. And while I do that, I'm going to also, after we're done moving forward until when there's no more path ahead of us, we're going to want to turn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say turn left. Okay, and I'm going to run this code. It's not quite finished yet, but I'm going to run it just to test this out. It looks like our code makes sense. We're going to keep doing this until there are pumpkins, and then if there's a path ahead, we're going to move forward, and we're going to pick corn while there is corn. Otherwise, we're going to want to turn left. And I was going to run the code, but I figured we might as well just finish the code also. We want to make sure we also pick the pumpkin, right? So once we're done moving, we're going to be at the very end. And what we could do is just pick the pumpkin after we're repeating this code inside. Okay, we don't want to put it in here. I guess we could put it in here. Is there any problem with this? Yeah, I guess we could also just go ahead and put it in here also. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, we're moving forward, and while there's corn, I guess we can't because we want to continue this if path. So I was wondering why that didn't make sense. So let's go ahead and reset. I'm sorry. So we moved the pick the pumpkin to the very end because we want to do that at the very end. So we're moving forward, picking corn, moving forward, picking corn. And then there's no path ahead, so we turn left, and we continue this part. Okay, we're repeating this part, and then we're going to turn left, move forward, pick corn, move forward, pick corn, move forward, pick corn. There's no more path, so we're going to turn left, move forward, pick corn, turn left, and so forth. And then at the very end, once we're done, once we reach the pumpkin, we go ahead and we pick the pumpkin.